Okay, VK have banned Hideout as their first ban, so now we're waiting for
Hideout
Clash.
is gone, you say? So we are currently looking at what the teams are banning.
They don't seem to have read how the pick ban thing works. Okay, so Clash has banned Hillside. So Hideout and Hillside banned out so far. Dark Forest has been picked by VK. Battlegrounds has been picked by Clash. That's interesting. I didn't expect to see Battlegrounds picked.
They picked Battlegrounds, damn.
Yeah, that is arguably, along with maybe Hideout and Cove, the least well-known map in the tournament.
Ooh.
Cove has now been banned. So we'll see if it's going to be Outpost or Stonehill for the last ban. Okay, so they banned Outpost. So the three maps in the randomizing thing are going to be Stonehill, Dark Forest, and Battlegrounds.
Stonehill, Dark Forest, and Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
Ooh, and as you can see, we have the roller right here. You'll be able to see as we do. We're just going to hit it once, and whichever one it lands on.
Battlegrounds 1, Dark Forest 2, Stonehill 3.
Yep, that sounds good. And we're in a roll. It is 3. The map is going to be Stonehill.
So the map is going to be Stonehill.
Alright, we got a ball game.
I will see what side they pick. So they've picked attack.
They are picking attack, you say? Now, Stonehill, out of these two teams, I think... Ooh. It's going to be quite a tough one, to be honest.
I think it's quite interesting that Stonehill was the map which they're going to be playing on. Is the map which was neither picked nor banned. It wasn't either of the ones which they picked, so it's not going to be the Battlegrounds, which Clash might have had some kind of strategy prepared for, seeing as they picked it and it's quite an unorthodox map to pick. And it's not going to be Dark Forest, which I think VK wanted just because they're very, very comfortable on it. It's going to be Stonehill, which I don't know how they feel about that map, because neither of them were so happy with it they wanted to pick it, or objected to it so much they wanted to ban it. So it could be interesting. I didn't think Rumpel still played competitively, or at least I haven't seen him in scrims with VK when we've been scrimming with them. Like I know of him and I've seen him around, but not in competitive matches. So it'll be interesting to see him play.
Okay, we are live. Let's have a look at what they have.
I wonder if that's somebody just using his name. I might have a look at that at a quiet moment.
We have 3 knights on the attacking. So they're going for a full-on assault.
Yeah, just to clear that up, that is not Rumpel. The VK Rumpel is Cass.
All going left, so it is a silver rush.
By the river.
Speedy's going to take first blood with the crossbow.
They'll get there before Clash manage to get to the houses, although will they be able to win the fight? They've reacted quick enough. Man at Arms is splitting off the fight, going to try and burn the back houses. He throws it at the big door. He's thrown 2 torches. Okay.
That will waste a short amount of time using 2 torches on one house.
Yeah, he hit the wall with the first one, so it didn't burn it. Which is actually a shame for him, because those houses at the back are really hard to get, and he might have been able to get another one. They're really the key to this objective, more than anything else, because you can always just, anyone could just jump on Archer and snipe the peasants in the middle to get them, and the houses at the start you can get even if you lose the fights, but houses at the back, they are the key to it, really.
Indeed, and it looks like Clash have been wiped, so they're going to have to gather up and make something happen. They do have a disadvantage when it comes to... Oh no, they actually have the armour advantage having 3 knights.
Yeah. Well, so I wouldn't set too much a store by the scores on this objective. The attacking team tends to get extremely bad scores on Stonehill first objective, because there are those moments when it is a good idea to just suicide rush to get a house or a couple of peasants. So you tend to, your score might be quite high, but your KDA will be really, really bad. So if Clash start, right now they've got 2 people at 0-2, but that really doesn't mean much if they're getting the objective.
And
although,
it definitely
as I say
seems...
that, they've only got 9 peasants so far, so...
Yeah, it's definitely going slow for them. And
yeah.
VK, their teamwork is looking on top form. Apart from the one team kill, but team kills happen.
Cass is actually an archer main, and he's a top scorer at the moment with 6 and 1 as a melee, which is quite interesting.
Damn.
Maybe he's been practicing that, focusing on that more than Archer, but he's... I mean, if you speak to anyone who scrims with VK, they'll all tell you Cass is an Archer main.
It is
But I guess
definitely
if they've
interesting
got
that they're
King
not
Fang
going for
Golden in
those
the
front
front
houses.
Yeah, you can get them at any time. It's yeah, they're not the hardest part of the objective to get, so you can sort of just leave them around and focus on the more tricky bits. But I mean, because they've probably got, I don't know, a good 20 villages they can get without too many issues with the peasants in the middle and the front houses. But the other 11 peasants they're going to have to get, that's where it gets really tricky. That's where you've got to get the back houses, the peasants running around the enemy spawn, all this kind of stuff.
I think the problem here is Clash, they keep cornering themselves, like their backs are to the wall, there's only one way, and it is through a bunch of VK. And then VK will just get a kill, they'll have the numbers in the advantage.
Yeah.
And
I'd like to see,
that's
I like this
all she
double
wrote.
arm strategy. I like that double one arm strategy which Clash have, but they're not, I think they shouldn't be, if they're going to use 2 minute arms to try and get this objective quicker, I think they should be splitting them off the fights more often rather than keeping them in the fights, because the whole point is you get that extra foot speed so you can run around people, you can break out of fights easily and go and get a couple of peasants, so even if your team loses the team fight you can get a lot of progression on the objective, which is actually... Oh no, they're not running 2 minute arms, I think one of them just was switching 2 minute arms and one of them switching off of it. Yeah.
No, definitely, both teams want an archer in there.
Yeah.
They want that extra range damage.
Yeah, there's been a lot of debate as to whether archers are worth it or not on Mercs, but it seems like
We're going to follow the rushers, the people going for the houses and peasants. Seems as they are literally doing the objective.
Seems like recently in Europe that yes, archers are still really good. Argument has really won out over the archers are not good on Mercs.
Big Dan making a questionable decision on going back to reinforce his teammate. That actually looks like it paid off.
Guru just survived quite a while in the 1v3 though, got them low. They might be able to get picked off quite easily now, 3 of them. Driblex cleaning up.
As he does.
Typical arm style. So annoying, you're just fighting someone and suddenly you get shanked in the side by a man at
5
arms.
minutes remaining. And 13 out of 40 peasants are dead. Is that remaining?
Gone to the top
yeah,
of the
that's...
hill on defense. Look, he's on the top of the hill on defense. That's actually quite a good spot. He's going to be able to stop Speedy shooting all the peasants if he tries to go up there. Yeah, Speedy's
Yep,
just...
there we go. You called it exactly right.
Yeah. There's
Yeah, those oil pots, they're going to cause major early damage.
I wonder how far VK are going to push up if they start winning fights around this area. Do you think it'd be worth them to try and push up really far like you can do for instance on Dark Forest first objective, or do you think the risk of Clash getting past them and then getting the objective is too great for that?
It's like any other map. I mean, you can't see on my screen where I am, but the section where it cuts off and you can either go down the middle or to the left. I mean, if you push past that, there's not really anywhere they can go to get past you. They have to get through you.
Yeah. There's a lot of routes though. There's right side. Right side you can actually see from the middle quite clearly, but people use it quite rarely, so often you can just sneak past if you go when there's a team fight going on in the middle and no one will react to you. And then obviously there's 2 different ways to get over the left side. Somebody's just, I guess has crashed. I don't think they've rage quit.
Midas getting into the double Frank with the double as well. They have called a pause.
Yeah.
Maybe it's to build
He's
up a
crashed.
strategy, or maybe it's a crash. Well, that's...
He asked us for a scrim. And he said, a scrim for Saturday. And I said, do you mean this Saturday or next Saturday? And he said, yes. And I said, what? Do you mean this Saturday or next Saturday? And he said, yes, sure. And then just gave up with him. Didn't seem to understand.
As I said, it looks like VK is going to push up so aggressive that as soon as Clash come out their spawn, they're under fire.
There's 2 spawns that they might be able to sneak someone out and get... I mean, if they even just get one person past them, that one person can burn a lot of houses very, very quickly.
VK have kept their archer all the way back, though.
Did you see that in the, the thing in the top right which shows who killed who? It did like as if a peasant committed suicide. When someone
I didn't
leaves the
see
game,
that.
they did it with filthy peasant. What? That was That was interesting. I'm not sure what that meant.
Okay, it looks like Clash
For a
have
minute I
got
thought they'd got
some
someone past.
momentum back, but they've got to keep it.
Oh, Big Dan shouldn't run into this team fight. He should just run straight past. He should have just run straight past.
I think he wants to keep as much of his team alive as possible.
Yeah, but you get one person in there without any of the enemy team knowing that you're there until you start burning stuff. You're going to get every
So let's have a
house,
look on that
particularly
progression.
difficult houses,
16 out
really
of 40
quick.
peasants killed with just under 2.5 minutes left.
That was a nice feint punish by Frank, but he team kills with the same hit.
And of course, the famous VK gank will bring down a Taker.
They're going to get one more back house, it looks like. Yep, they get another burn on the big middle house. He could have got past that and got the very furthest back house, I think.
It definitely looked like Fire was having trouble with his timings there for the parry.
Burn's a burn though. 2 peasants for each burn, there's only 10 left. They got 1
Yeah, so
minute
that actually
45,
went
so
up
they can
really
still
quick.
get it.
This map can change all of a sudden.
Well, look at the timer though. They might not get it.
I don't think anyone has. Oh, they've managed to make this little blighter. Who's this? He's on his own. It's Urti. I don't think he's going to be able to make anything happen. We're going to follow him because he's the closest thing to being able to do
There's
the
still a lot of
objective.
peasants running around. Honestly, if I was Clash right now, I'd run 2 archers and just send everyone to the top of the hill and just try and get the 2 archers to shoot the last couple of peasants before you run out of time. It might not be pretty, but I think it's the best option. Because you only need to get 9 more now. I got 1 minute.
But Urti
Although
has
it's
went
probably
the
not
long
enough
way
time now.
round. He has 1 minute. He needs to solo kill 7 peasants. And VK are closing in.
5 left. And he goes down. Yeah, it looks like they're not going to get it. They got 40 seconds, 5 peasants left. Oh, though, that man at arms has gotten through. Oh no, he hasn't. He's run into an archer. He's going to fight King now. We'll see what happens in this duel.
It does seem that everywhere Clash goes, they're getting caught off guard.
Yeah. Even if he wins this duel now, he's being chased down by a knight. He's not going to get anything there. Looks like.
He has no stamina, and the sprinting is just going to stop him from getting a regen.
Yeah, and he gets shot. And King shoots him. 5 peasants left. 10 seconds. Going to be the end of the first. Oh, they might get it. Oh, it was 1 peasant left.
One peasant off.
left.
Oh my god, that couldn't have been any
They
closer.
got it after the half ended. They got it after the half ended.
That is such a shame.
Yeah, 39 peasants.
Well, while
And then they
that
got it
is
after the half ended,
doing
so it went on
that,
to
I'm
the
going to
second bit.
quickly change these fine things around so that you people now see different.
Oh man, I feel bad for Clash. They had 2 or 3 more seconds. Literally, that's all they needed because they just got it about a second after it ended. Because they still had their weapons out. They hadn't even gone to fists yet. That was how close it was. Actually, I hope this. I think VK probably won't get DNF'd, but I really hope as well that they don't get DNF'd because I want to see their strategy with the King. Apart from anything else, we might be able to copy something from them, but I'm quite interested to see whether they, because really there's kind of 2 schools of thought with how you should play the King objective as defense. There's one group, well, there's some people think you should have the King run away, and you should just try and delay as long as possible and just fight 5v6 and use the fact, and just have your King run around and use the fact that it's close to your respawns to just slowly overwhelm them and, have the King regen. The other school of thought is that obviously in a team fight the King is more useful than a normal player because he has 3 times as much health. So you can just, get his dub axe out and just trade people on riposte with like backswings and stuff and just use the fact you've got more health and just brute force your way. So you can try and also team fight 6v6 or 5v5 if you're playing a 5v5 match with the King. I'm quite interested to see which VK does, which Clash does if it gets to that objective.
It seems that only... Oh, I forget there's different spawns every time.
I'm gonna go with 3 knights, 1 vanguard, 1 man arms, 1 archer to push this.
And to defend,
Fairly
3
standard.
knights, 2 vanguards, 1 archer.
I might have expected either Midas or Cass or even Guru either to have gone vanguard. balance it out a bit.
And
But I guess
can hear the Catabine charge behind me, so they're going to have artillery and the archer trying to rain down. The first catapult shot did not connect.
I might have to check the Twitch chat at some point and see if Gombledor is being really critical of their catapult use. I'm just saying, you know, he would do so much better in that position. Get the front houses on the first push, but not going for the trickier back houses at the start like Clash did.
And Giru has basically soloed there.
They're getting a lot of the peasants, not so much the houses, but they're getting a hell of a lot of the peasants just with
yeah, already they are up to 12.
Yeah. It's really just with the archer and catapult shots and a couple of the front houses.
I say, Giru there, that was a suicide run. He was just trying to get as many burnt and dead as possible.
Yeah, they're getting the easy bits first. They'll focus on the hard bits later. The other way around to what Clash tried to do. Clash really tried to go for the hardest bit at the start, get it over and done with, but VK just wants to ease into it a little bit more, start off with the easy bits.
Whoa, we have a team kill there.
That was questionable.
Fire.
Yeah. Oh, the archer's gone melee and is running around killing peasants. Maybe he ran out of ammo or something.
It is possible. I mean, he was up there for quite a while.
Yeah, he might
being unchallenged.
Because also, obviously on Mercs, you with a crossbow you have less ammo than you on vanilla.
Oh really?
And he did have a
oh my god. That was just unfortunate timing for Clash.
Taking a Pavis, he doesn't have the extra ammo either, so you do go out of ammo relatively quickly if you run a Pavis with any kind of crossbow on Mercs, at least when compared to vanilla.
Yeah, it's interesting that VK have burnt all the easy buildings apart from the one that's actually on the hill.
A lot of people don't know you can burn that one. They might not know that you can actually burn that. I see a lot of times in public games, people will burn all the houses apart from that one. For some reason.
Yeah, if my kill feed is sane, right, we've got an archer raining down on the peasants, and Giru is somewhere near.
Cass using a throwing axe to get a peasant. Yeah, they don't know. I don't think they know because they've almost got it, and if they burnt that, they would.
Yeah, there's 10. Oh, there's less than. There's 6 now.
Just ignoring it. Who needs that house anyway?
Speedy managing to bring down Cass. That armour was not good enough to survive that shot. But it just seems that Clash takes so much damage that by the time they get into a good fight, they're just too weakened. And there's been another pause due to a mouse.
Why don't we look at the scores while we?
Yeah, that is actually a really good idea.
Because this objective's very nearly over anyway. Can save doing it.
King doesn't actually have a kill. He's literally been focusing on those peasants. It seems Frank has as well.
There's the last peasant.
Oh wow!
The last peasant.
That is.
Right as
is that over? Is that?
I think Midas was mid attack to get it. Yep, that's the end of it. Whether I don't know if they played out or not actually.
Well, we're going to keep it rolling and we'll see what they do.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with it. There's no pressure now. Both teams can enjoy themselves a bit. Clash knowing that they're not knocked out of the tournament because it's double elimination. So
yeah, they still have a chance to make a comeback.
Yeah, they can still come out through the losers bracket. There's no limits to how far you can get through the losers bracket. It makes things a little bit more tricky, but you can still potentially get first place in the tournament. And yeah,
it just means you got to fight that little bit harder.
Yeah, you have to lose two sets to get knocked out. And Vika obviously knowing they've won.
I believe I've just been sent some donations. If I want to read them, we have Fang with $25. Thank you for that donation. He said remove feint. You know what? I agree. I really do agree.
You cannot claim that you want feints removed when you are a Claymore player.
Actually, I'm a messer now.
Are you a messer now?
Yeah, I'm a messing, dragging, spinning son of a gun.
God, gonna go and teach Giru a thing or two.
Oh no, I learnt from Giru. Let's see, we have Mr. Rag who also donated $25 but left no message, but thank you anyway, Mr. Rag. It's a generous donation.
King going down to a throwing axe. I think that hit him below the Pavis in the leg. It was a good shot. Clash pushing up really aggressively here. They got the numbers advantage and they're really pushing it, not holding anything back.
I say it is basically for, you know, it's just for lols now.
Yeah.
Get some honour back.
Or a G-Mace. What is that weapon? What the hell? I cannot work out what weapon that is. Knowing Fire, I think it's a G-Mace because I've seen him use G-Mace a fair bit, but I've never seen that weapon skin before. Right. No, he's switched to more now, so it must have been a G-Mace. I don't think he would have just switched skins when he died.
I said there is absolutely no one going to defend that card. It is not stopping. That is a one-way ticket.
Oh yeah, Giru has gone Vanguard now. And first thing I see him do as Vanguard is stab his teammate.
What a great start.
I do find it quite curious how Giru has decided that there could be some use in him playing Vanguard in the tournament overnight, considering how much experience he has on Knight. I mean, with the amount of time he has played, he's obviously going to be quite experienced on Vanguard too, but, you know, he is known as being one of the best Knights in Europe.
Yeah, so seeing him as a Vanguard is definitely, it's a game changer.
Yeah. Be curious to hear his logic about it.
His logic is undeniable.
King's a bit of an archer duel going on here. Both of them have Pavis, both of them have some kind of crossbows.
I bet that's the worst archer battle where they both have shields on their back as well. It's just fire, turn around, reload, fire, turn around, reload.
Speedy using the light crossbow. I guess King is most likely using the same thing, but no, King is using the regular crossbow actually, so he's going to have the advantage in any kind of archer duel because he will one-hit Speedy, and Speedy will only one-hit King with a headshot doing a light crossbow.
So he has to make that one shot count.
Yeah, or just hit him twice. I guess there's always that. That's one option, but in that kind of archer duel where you've both got Pavises, that'll probably take a while to happen. King could probably just walk off and regen for a bit.
That oil is gonna sting, he's gonna need to get out of there.
But I mean, really, when you have an archer duel, it's not even so much about killing the other archer, because when you get to, at a competitive level, a good archer will get so much done, so it's really just about pressuring the opponent's archer into not destroying your entire team. It's much more about kind of forcing them to focus on you, pinning them down a bit, stopping them being able to reload wherever they want, whenever they want. Just making them less effective in general, rather than simply just killing them. You don't have to be killing them to be neutralizing them, I guess is one way to put it.
It's a battle of attrition.
Yep, which VK seem to be fighting with themselves, with King shooting Triblax.
It's an easy shot. It's an easy miss slip.
Only one person goes down in the middle of VK, so the team kill not mattering quite so much. That cart gives so much score. Just look at Frank at 4 and 8 and is now in second score just from that time spent on the ram. I once joined the
that was a nice switch. They switched out the player on the ram who had low health for the one who could take more damage.
I once joined a scrim late because one of our players had to leave, and I ran, and it was on this objective, well, on the ram objective, and I ran up, and I got to the gate right when we got the ram there, and I wasn't in a single team fight, but I did the entire gate on the ram, and I was 0-0-0 with top score.
Oh my god.
It was quite interesting.
That is actually a good... Oh, King does not count as a knight.
No, King does not count as a class. Well, I don't know about tournament rules actually, but in every scrim I've ever played on any King objective, it doesn't count as a class. But
you know, he has more armor than a knight, so I don't really think you can class him as one.
Yeah. Although one thing about the King is even though he has a lot more health and he takes a lot longer to kill, he regens at the same rate a normal class would. If that makes sorry, In terms of health, so he won't regen. He won't regen 3 times faster. So for him to regen, his full health bar will be 3 times slower than a knight, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because I think every class has the same regen like speed. It's just that they have more or less.
Yeah, but his doesn't work by a percent. He gets the same regen in terms of amount of health as a knight. So actually, if you watch his health bar after this, that regening half his health will not be quick, even on mercs. It will take a lot longer than it would for one of the people who is not the king. Yeah, you can see it creeping slowly back up now, but it's not quick at all.
Yeah, well, you know, there's nothing much serious going on. Seems it is already GG. I may as well read out for anyone who has just tuned in what VK and Clash are fighting for. Let's have a nice bit of list. Yeah, Vikings, as I believe Unborn has just said, are fighting for the National Autistic Society, and they are the leading UK charity for people with autism and their families. So that's a great charity that helps people that suffer with autism and also helps the family with, I'm guessing, the arrangements needed. So that's always nice. Clash are fighting for the Thirst Project, which is a non-profit group that desires to raise awareness and solution to basically all the world's water crises. So isn't that nice of them?
Ulfric was a god in that duel with King. King Archer fainted him, I think with a cudgel. Yeah, with a cudgel.
I cannot stand Archer feints. Ouch! That's gotta hurt.
At face hug, Ulfric stood there, didn't parry for the feint, and then immediately did an overhead right after the feint. It didn't look like a gamble to me. It looked like a proper cudgel feint punish at face hug. That was impressive.
Yeah, anyone wondering, we can't touch the money. That's into a special thing that we, you know, there's no like bank account that it goes into and then we transfer it. It's into an account and then it goes to the charity.
Yeah, I did try and convince them that I was trustworthy enough for them to do all the account via my bank account, but nobody listened to me.
Well, you know, it's just better just to put it, you know, because through third party it's always messy because you know the trust issue.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Oh, that's a Kobe. Oh, that got him right in the heart. Ouch! That's a heartbreaker. Ooh.
All the puns are coming out now.
Yeah, his childhood sweetheart just left him. He's devastated. What am I doing?
Fire's really heavy on the assist. I wonder if that's from him being king and
oh wow, $31 left until we reach our donation level of $100. That is awesome, guys. Keep the donations coming. You guys are absolutely killing it.
Oh, I'm not logged in on Twitch in the thing. I wanted to type in the chat. Oh, never mind.
I say Unborn is doing an absolute great job of reminding people.
Yeah. Have you noticed that Fire has an arrow in his eyeball? Oh look. Look at his face. I'll zoom in really close on it.
Oh my god.
Eyeball.
And he is about to get ganked. They're all around him.
More than an arrow in his eyeball when this is done, Jesus.
He's gonna have an arrow in his eye, a dagger in his thigh.
Yeah.
And so that is literally GG.
Yeah. The time was 10:57 at the end according to the thing, but that's always buggy. Didn't see what the actual time was.
Just say 10:57. But it is single round elimination for the starting ones. But obviously you will go to the losers bracket and there is a chance to make a comeback.